Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and thank you so much for clicking on this video. As you can see, I am doing a story time video. So yes, this is not a makeup video, but this is a video that I have been wanting to film for you for literally the last several months. And before I even get started, I do want to point out the fact that your girl is not rocking a new lip today. What? I'm wearing some color. Yes, I'm wearing some red. Yes, I'm wearing a little bit of ruby woo. So let's get right into this video and the reason why you clicked on it. My process for MAC started in 2014. It actually started in September of 2014, mid-September. I had been wanting to apply for MAC for so long, but just did not have the nerve or courage to do so. And I had a very traumatic experience that happened in my family. I lost my aunt, and I was actually, you know, myself and my family, we were all actually in the room with her when she passed away. And my aunt was not old at all, or, you know, older by in any means. But, you know, we lost her, and it kind of just shook me up in a sense of saying, what are you waiting for? Like, life is not promised. There is no guarantee that you're going to wake up tomorrow. And literally the morning after my aunt passed, I got up and I'm like, Tiff, like, you just need to do it. Like, what's the worst that's gonna happen? Someone tells you no. Like, it was literally like a burst of energy in me of just saying, go after what you want to go after and do what it is that you want to do. So I got up that morning, and I think this is like September 12th, 13th, 14th, one of those days. I got up, I did my makeup, really pretty. It was just a really neutral and simple look. I actually think I have a video on my makeup that I wound up wearing, but anyway, it was a really nice neutral and very simple look, and I wore black or whatever, and I had a copy of my resume. So I wound up driving to the MAC that I wanted to apply at, and as soon as I walked in, I was just like, okay, you're gonna do it, you're gonna do it. And I couldn't even go ask for an application right off the bat. I was like, let me just shop around, let me buy a product, right? So I'm, you know, shopping around looking, and, you know, one of the sales lady at the time asked me did I need any help, and I was like, well, you know, I'm just looking for stuff. And she was like, I love your makeup. And I was like, really, girl? Thank you. I said, I'm trying to be like you. I'm trying to be a MAC girl. And she was like, really? She's like, girl, I love your makeup. I was like, thank you. So from that, I sparked up a little conversation with her. I was like, well, are you guys hiring at the moment? She's like, yeah, we're always looking for people. I was like, well, is it possible that I can, you know, get an application? And she was like, absolutely. So she was extremely sweet. She went and got me an application, and I didn't leave the store. I went and applied for that position. I filled that application out right there in that store. So I had the application, I looked around, I wound up actually getting the product, and when I went to turn it in, well, once I went to make my purchase for my product, the cashier, or it wasn't really the cashier, it was a manager, but I didn't know it at that time. She's like, oh my God, I love your makeup. I was like, thank you, I appreciate that. So that's tip number one. If you want to apply for a position at MAC, go in there dressed the part. Don't go in there with just, I'm just gonna wake up and I'm gonna go get this application, I'm gonna come back. No, go in there, show off your skill set. It doesn't have to be some over the top makeup look, but show your skill set. My makeup was very simple. It was very simple, but it was very cute. It was very well executed and well put together. So I went in there and I looked that part. So after I made my purchase, I, you know, asked her, I was like, well, I just completed this application, so I want to go ahead and submit this with my resume. She's like, oh, okay, perfect. Step over here. So she had me step over to the side, and she just looked at it really quick. She's like, okay, what's your name? And I was like, Tiffany. And she's like, okay, Tiffany. She's like, well, she introduced herself, and she said, well, I'm going to give this to our store manager. You know, they'll look it over and someone will give you a call. And she's like, what type of positions are you looking for? I was like, well, I have a full-time job, so, you know, maybe part-time. And she's like, okay, perfect. So that's it. I walked out of there and I was like, yes, I did it. That monkey, that weight, that elephant that was on my back that I was just so scared of, I did it. So let's fast forward to about 4 or 5 days later. Yeah, I get a call from someone from MAC saying that they had reviewed my application, wants to know if I can come in for an interview the following week. So I was like, hell yeah. Like, yeah, I'm coming in for that interview, absolutely. So I wound up having the interview the following week. So from the time I filled out the application to getting a call back, that was like within 4 to 5 days. And then my interview was the following week. So all of this took place in like 10 days. So let's get started for the interview process. So, you know, they're gonna ask you the typical questions like, why are you interested in MAC? what makes you so interested in makeup. They want to know your skill set, your qualifications. And I will say that working at MAC is not all about being able to do makeup. It's customer service, you know, it's retail. At the end of the day, you still have to sell a product. So, you know, she asked me those questions. She asked me how would I handle if, you know, I had a male customer that came in and wanted makeup or wanted to get matched. How would I handle that? What were some of my strengths and weaknesses? And she asked the question that every MAC interview or MAC person is going to ask you is, what do you know about MAC? So yeah, you know damn well I did my research before I went in there. Yes, I was learning about the Viva Glam and the AIDS Foundation and when MAC was started and when Estee Lauder took over MAC and the Back to MAC program. Like all of that I researched and I knew. So I was able to drop those little tidbits in the interview. So my interview lasted about like 30 minutes. She asked me about my previous retail experience, all that good stuff. So she was just like, okay, like I absolutely love you and I want to set you up for the actual makeup interview. So right then and there, I knew that I was going on to the next step. And what she said is that she was going to get back to me to let me know when they were holding their next like group interview session so that I can come and do my makeup. And she gave me some information like you're gonna have to bring a model and just be aware of the fact that you may not be working on your model, that they may switch it up and give you a different model. And I was like, okay, cool. So she gives me a call the next week and she set up a date for the interview and I could not make it. Like I was like, I can't make it because I didn't have a model. I didn't have anyone who could come with me that day. So she wound up giving me a call like a few days after that, like, okay, well, here's the deal. I'm about to be out of the office for the next 6 weeks because I'm getting my own store. So I will not be at this location and I really need you to get in and get this the makeup demo done. And I was like, okay, fine, whatever. What day? Tell me, I'll be there. So I wound up getting, I worked at a university and I wound up getting one of my federal work study students, Maria, to be my model for the day. And I told my boss, like, look, I'm about to go interview with MAC for a gig. I'm gonna need to take an extended lunch and I'm taking her with me. So I wound up going to the interview and I was the first person there. So I was like, okay, super excited. And then the other girls started coming in with their model. So as I'm sitting there waiting for us all to go in the room, I'm like scanning each girl. I'm looking like, I like her cheekbones. Ooh, I like her eyebrow shape. Yes, I like her jawbone. Like I'm looking and I'm trying to figure out if I get switched, who am I gonna get? So this one girl I'm looking at, I'm like, damn, all right, I like her face. I hope I get her. I hope I get her. That's what I kept telling myself. So they take the room and it's like makeup heaven. It's just like all MAC makeup everywhere, just foundation and lip liners and lipsticks and eyeshadows and primers. Oh my, it was everything. So I stood next to my model. They had the big like studio set chairs, whatever you want to call it. So my model sat there. So they did the quick introduction, told us what was going to go on, told us how to sanitize our makeup, told us to walk around the room and look and get acquainted where all of the products were. So that took like 15 minutes or so. And then they told you come back to your model and they said we want all the models to stand up and go to the right. Go to the next chair to the right. So when my model gets up and goes to the next chair to the right, guess who lands in my chair? Yes, the girl that I wanted landed in my chair. I was like, yes, 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 yes. I was so excited because I'm like, I wanted her. I wanted her. So I spoke that into existence, baby. I got her. So what they did is they told your model to tell you the look that they wanted. And my model told me that she wanted a very natural face with a bold lip. Baby girl, I can do that in my sleep. I was like, God, you are with me today. I can do a natural face with a bold lip in my sleep. No problem. My eyes are closed. Got it. So they give you 30 minutes and then they were like, go. So first of all, you need to consult with your model. Ask her what her skin type is, what she was looking for, what was the overall look, all this good stuff. You get that information and then you go get your product and you hope to God someone else didn't grab the foundation or the shade or whatever that you wanted, because you never know. It wasn't like it was a large amount of the same shades of everything. So I'm grabbing stuff. so I can match her properly. And I'm making sure I sanitize my eyeshadows and things like that. So like if you have an eyeshadow or a blush or anything that's powder, you would take a Kleenex and you would just do like one swipe, wipe off that excess powder, and then you drop it, throw it in the garbage. Your makeup needs to be laid out on a Kleenex very neatly. Nothing needs to be sitting on the table, like all of that stuff. So I'm doing my makeup, I'm doing my model's makeup, and I'm talking to her. Like, it's not just me just doing your makeup, not paying attention. So I'm talking to her, we're having a good conversation, and I'm showing her, like I'm handing her the mirror and I'm showing her exactly what I'm doing to her face. So I'm teaching her at the same time that I'm, you know, doing her makeup. And we had a good time. And yes, they were walking around, them trainers were walking around with their notebooks and their pads like, okay, yeah, they're taking notes. So you're nervous, but I'm like, I'm in my element. Just, you know, zoom out of everything and just focus on what you're doing. So I wound up, you know, getting her face done. It's like 3 minutes left. And I'm like, shoot, lipstick. First lipstick I grabbed for her is Cyber. This was the lip that I grabbed for her at that time. Or was it Smoke Purple? I always get the two mistaken. It was either Smoke Purple or Cyber. Whatever the case, I grabbed that. I grabbed Night Moth lip liner. I lined her lips and I threw this on her lips. And cleaned it up a little bit with foundation around to make it, you know, really, really crisp and pop. And I handed her that mirror. I'm like, how do you like it? And she was like, oh my God, I love it. Out of all these products, what would you like for me to get for you today? Yeah, this is still a retail. I still got to sell that, okay? So she absolutely wanted the lip liner and the lipstick that I wanted. And when the trainer came around and asked her that question, she said the same thing. She said she loved her makeup. Bam. So that was it. That was my makeup demo, and that happened, let's see, interview was in September. This happened like early October. So fast forward to November, I don't hear anything. Fast forward to December, I called. I'm like, hey, you know, I did the interview and the makeup demo like a month ago. I haven't heard anything back. And they were like, well, what's your name? So she's like, oh yeah, I have your file right here. She's like, yeah, you did a natural face with a bold lip. She's like, yeah, everything looked good. So we're gonna probably have you come in here and, you know, start your paperwork. And I was like, so I got the job? She was like, yeah, so and-so is gonna give you a call. She's, you know, in between stores, she'll give you a call. You'll have to follow with her. I'm like, cool. I'm like, damn, I got the job. Hey, so that's December. So it's this month called January and February that kind of like just passes on by and I don't hear anything. So I call again in February. I'm like, hey, I don't want to be a nuisance, but you know, I did this interview back in September and I did my makeup demo in October, and then you know, someone called me, or I was called in December and someone told me that they had my notes and that I did good and I was going to do my my paperwork there. So she's like, oh yeah, we're still waiting on the new hire packets. This is where you're going to be completing your paperwork, but once we have the packets that come in, you know, we'll get you started, and once so-and-so gets in, you'll get a call. So yeah, we finished the month of February, we get into March, and then in April, I think it was April, I get a call to say, hey Tiffany, this is blah blah blah. I'm so sorry, I'm finally in my own store. It's been so hectic. I need you to come in to start your new hire paperwork. Thank you God, thank you God, thank you God. So I wound up going in to do my new hire paperwork. It was actually in May. So I did my new hire paperwork in May, you know, all the I-9, took the pictures, all that stuff. Like, damn. So I gave that to her and she told me, okay, you're gonna get an email in like a week that's gonna have your employee ID information and the rest of the packet and stuff that you have to do to actually, you know, officially get onboarded and started. So I was like, okay, cool. So a week go by and 2 weeks go by. So I text her like, hey, you know, I never got that email. What's going on? And she's like, I don't know, let me check. So bam, bam, bam. 2 weeks pass. We are now in June. We are literally a month later to the day I get a call saying, you know what, your driver's license didn't scan through properly, so they can't complete your file. Can you please bring that back in? So I get in my car and I drive back out there and I give them my driver's license so they can scan it and get it uploaded to my file. And then bam, 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 a week later, your girl gets her email with her employee ID number, her packet and all of that good stuff, which I felt like I was signing you know, for my mortgage, because there were so many papers to complete. So I did all my paperwork, sent that back in, and I was like, all right, I guess I'll just wait for the next call. So fast forward, that was like the end of June, so we got July, and I think it's like right around July 21st, no, July 10th, I wound up emailing her back. I'm like, hey, you know, I submitted all my paperwork. Is there anything else I need to do? She's like, no, I don't have any hours right now. You're free to call around to other stores, let them know you just got hired as a freelancer, and see if someone else has any hours. Otherwise, you know, once I get hours, I'll call you. I didn't want to call around to other stores saying, hey, I'm new, can I come work? I was like, I'm just gonna chill and wait for her to call me. So she actually winds up texting me like a week and a half later saying, hey, I have some hours coming up in the next few weeks, you know, or the next week or so, here's the hours, can you work them? I'm like, absolutely. So fast forward to like August 1st, of which I do have a video on my channel from like back then where I actually spoke about my first day. But fast forward to that August is when I finally started working with Mac. And I've been working very regularly with Mac. So from September 14th all the way until August 1st, that was my journey with getting finally into the Mac store and actually working. So it was almost a year, like a year. That is like crazy to me. Like I would have people ask me like, what's up with Mac, what's up with Mac? And I'm like, don't ask me, because I don't freaking know. I'm a firm believer in things do not happen on your time, they happen on his time. And he set all of that up exactly how it was supposed to be set up, and I'm just so happy, because it was just like right when I was starting, I was in the process of packing up my apartment to move into my house. So it was like, God, I hope they don't call me this weekend, because I'm supposed to close on my house and I'm supposed to fly out this day to go visit family. So it was just like a crazy, crazy time, and I'm just happy. So this was my story on how I got my job at Mac and what my process was like. I think I am going to come back and do a tips and trick video for you guys. If you want me to do that and give you a little bit of insider info that I know I can give you, then go ahead and thumbs up and like this video, and just let me know in the comment bar below, or the comment section below. But I'm going to stop talking, because I'm looking at that time that's just like clicking on that camera, and I don't want this to be like a 30-minute video. So I hope you guys enjoyed my story, and I cannot wait to see you guys in the next video. Have a great one.